All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to a Derby Talk, Storm Talk special here as we are under the alert day status for this afternoon into this evening. We'll start you off with the radar, which I'll keep up behind me, by the way. But nothing severe taking place right now. It's important to note that. But we are expecting at least perhaps a few warnings later on. Hello, everyone. I'm Wave Meteorologist Brian Good. Welcome to Thurby. One of the used to be the main local day, right, for the races. Actually, Oaks was the local day for racing here before Derby. Then became Thurby, and then Wednesday or Champions Day. Now it's Festival Tuesday. We keep backing up. Eventually, it will be 2 weeks worth of racing coming our way. That'll happen, but it may need that, to be honest, to kind of balance out good days to get out there with good weather, with a weather pattern like this. All right, I see all your comments already. A lot of you are on Facebook and already on YouTube as well. Carrie, say, oh, the ominous StormTALK logo. Yeah, it's a little ominous. That's why I like to make the Snow Talk so much more tamer and pleasant, right? All right, so let's get right to it. I don't want to dilly-dally too long. Let me show you a couple of views. I thought I had this set for Churchill, but I guess I didn't, so I apologize. But this is set for the shops of the outlets, the Bluegrass shops there into Simpsonville. I think they were looking at these last night because of storms that were in the area in that region. But we do have some gusty winds in the area. Now, that is mainly in response to the low pressure. It's moving towards Chicago right now. But at times, yes, some of these thunderstorms will increase and with some gusty winds. But we are mainly overcast at the moment. And that's important because we do have the radar trying to light up. But we do have a lot of warmth in the area. We didn't drop very much as expected in Louisville. We're at 74, 75 in Jeffersonville, and 70 to Shelbyville. So with that warm, humid air, we now have at least some hints of sun, but I don't think it's going to be a ton at the moment. These thin clouds that are in eastern areas of wave country are going to continue to thin. So you will become partly sunny very soon in LaGrange, Frankfort, Shelbyville, and Lexington area. And at the same time, we've got this line of showers that are holding together fairly well, moving in across southern areas of Indiana. They are getting a little taller as they get closer to Louisville. As you head toward Corydon, right now, it's a narrow line. It's only going to last 10, 15 minutes maybe, passing through. Same story as you get all the way up into, say, Jackson County, and it keeps going from there. The problem is that this line is going to be moving into a much more favorable environment. The wind shear, especially around Louisville and heading to Carrollton and Shelbyville, is about 45 to 50 knots. And that is certainly enough that you can get some severe weather. The question is fuel, because it's 9:49 a.m. You're at a very crucial crossover point where these are going to be powering up over the next few hours and will be capable of producing some warnings. But at the moment, obviously, they're still in their infant stage, if you will, but they are getting there. One way we can also track that, I was looking at some of the cloud tops, so let's do that real quick. Let me turn off a couple things. Boom, boom, boom. Let's turn off the radar, and let's look at the tops on them. All right, so you notice they started off more of a blue shade, indicating a very low top shower scenario. Now you're getting more greens that are being indicated there, indicating overall that it looks like one of the taller ones, and it's hard to see on my screen, but this is going to be roughly into Southeast Jackson, 23,000 feet. Not very tall. Typically, for severe, you're going to get about 40,000. And when you get there, that's when you got to start worrying about warnings. But we are on our way there. They're on their way up. So it's all about timing for Louisville, especially in the city. I think at the moment, they will continue to power up. But the question is, will they get to 40,000 feet by the time they get to Louisville? It's going to be close. More likely again here, east of Louisville. And for those of you, again, from Shelby County up in the Trimble, Carroll, parts of Jefferson County, Indiana, and eastern Clark. That's the way it's looking now. I mean, it's obviously they could bust here on me, and they may not climb, but the trends are all there for them to climb. They've got the support that is needed. You got the forcing. Everything is there. So it's just a matter of them feeding on it and the clouds thinning out. I've been tracking some of the Cape that has been building across the region, and that certainly has been going up as well. And again, right ahead of the line itself, low end values at the moment. We don't have any gold showing up there yet, but that will continue to increase as we head through the next couple of hours, especially again along I-75, much more at risk for a severe risk today with this line than I-65 will be, of course. But for those heading out to the track, which you likely will in the next hour, these will be on us in the next hour. So just be prepared for dodging some heavy rain briefly as you make your way to the track, or if you get to the track, seek some shelter briefly as it passes on by. But nothing too wild and crazy here on the severe side. There will be some gusty winds. That's just naturally happening with the system overall. But at the moment, nothing severe I don't see happening right at Churchill when you arrive. But again, east to 65, I do think we'll have the ability to get warnings issued. Will start to go up. Okay, so here's a wider view, and you're going to ask, all right, is that it? Is that the main show? Well, for the most part, this may end up being the main show. The only other issue that would trigger severe today, not only could you get a few spotty thunderstorms that may develop out of Tennessee and push into southern Kentucky, possible, very, very blotchy and renegade type downpours if they were to happen. There is another impulse because, again, the low pressure is up here in Chicago. There is another wave into Illinois that will push straight down on the area as we head into, let me fix my pen. I'm not sure what's going on. My pen's losing its mind today. Not surprising given how we've drawn so much this week. Could be another line that may push down from the north later on this afternoon, evening. Not sure if that will be severe, but it will be a little more organized than what the afternoon downpours and thunderstorms will be. So it's a very ragged, severe risk here today. I think overall the main outlook that they put out today is probably going to be this line. It's moving in now because it will continue to grow and stretch all the way down into Tennessee. So let me show you the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and you'll see the slight risk is roughly in that zone, which would line up with your better wind belt ahead of that low and where that line has formed. And again, going down to Tennessee, there's not much of a risk up here to the northwest. So confidence on anything really, really powerful coming in from the northwest is good. So there is a chance we may be able to end the alert day early into the evening hours if we see that second line having trouble forming. So that would be good. We could get a quiet night. So overall, that would mean that the worst of this is going to be happening over the next few hours here. And it's not going to be anything too wild. Even your tornado threat is mainly east. It's a low-end tornado threat. Again, I think I-75 up in Ohio, a little more prime for that to happen. Your straight line wind potential obviously is going to be there as well with any storms that form, and then some hail. As we've seen yesterday, individual cells are the ones you got to watch. So the ones that try to sneak in out of Tennessee today and move into Kentucky, they could be hailers. That's possible, yes. We'll have to watch and see if they can cluster together and get a little more organized. But so far, the data I've looked at, they've looked rather spotty in nature. All right, so let me show you a couple things. First off, the next 12, we've got the highlighted area of that band of showers, soon to be thunderstorms rolling across the region. So there's this spike there. Then we get into this lull for a while, and then we'll see if we get more activity for the late afternoon and early evening. And again, I'm hoping we can get that alert date out of here earlier than anticipated for later on. So that is certainly possible. All right, Thurby, we mentioned that the alert day set up Oaks and Derby. Oaks and Derby. Okay, well, that's where things begin to change as we are going to face another low pressure that is going to take a much further south track. This time it's going to be in far southern Missouri and moving very close to Evansville. That type of track is going to allow for a quick increase in moisture and showers and thunderstorms, especially if the sun comes out on Oaks Day. Oaks Day is one of those days where you don't want the sun to come out. I know you want it to because it's Oaks Day, but the sun coming out is just going to add the fuel. And before we even get to the main low arriving, any sun that comes out is going to fire up some thunderstorms, some of which could be strong. So an alert day was declared for Oaks Day afternoon to account for the spotty development that will fire about 2 hours in advance, maybe 3 hours in advance of the feature moving in. And then obviously we'll have to account for the actual feature itself that rolls in. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm modeling here in a second. And then after it passes, it's just general showers overall, but boy, it just gets stuck. Boy, it really does remind me of 2018 on its persistence of throwing in rounds of showers over the area as we head into not only Saturday, but Sunday as well. In fact, we're going to be lucky for the entire weekend coming up to get above 55, 57 for highs. That may be the max. So as you plan your outfits, yes, ponchos are a good bet. I hope the stores aren't running out. Last time we had rain in the outlook for Derby and Oaks, it was hard to find ponchos. You had to really look. And if you're trying to do an Amazon order, you may get lucky for 1 or 2 days shipping or something like that, or same day, but make sure you got some ponchos ready to go. Keep in mind that it's going to be humid setup. So under the poncho, you are going to be humid, especially with your outfit on. It is just going to be that kind of a feeling, you know. But here's the thing. It will be chilly. I mean, 50s outside. So add that extra layer into your outfit as well, just in case. Something that you may be able to easily remove at some point in the day too, that wouldn't be too bad. So kind of keep that in mind. We're trying to help you out and keep you safe, but I'm also trying to be your fashion expert too, hopefully. Try to help you out and make sure that you're ready for all this so you don't get mad and start throwing things everywhere, right? Okay. But it doesn't look like a flooding scenario. That's good. It's just very annoying rain coming our way. So everyone, okay, I'm going to show you the high-res model here on how this is looking, but type 6-2, if you're good on everything here. Blue, that looks like a lot of rain chances on Derby. Yep, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to rain like the entire time, but I do think it'll have a lot of showers. Let's see. Hi, Bob. How are you doing? An alert day on Facebook. The weather side does not. I will look at that, Bob. I hope you're well and enjoying your retirement. We miss your days there at the National Weather Service in Louisville. I first met Bob when I was in high school as an intern at the Weather Service there. All right. Good morning, Angela. I hope you're well. Hello to Shonda as well. And Adam is all here. Okay. So everyone's got all their numbers in. Are we adding alert day on Saturday? Not at this point. And if we get lightning involved, maybe that would be like the criteria. But honestly, I don't think that's going to be necessary. We try to limit it to lightning impacts that would cause you to not only seek shelter, or it could stop a race or delay a race for a moment. Those types of impacts that we're trying to alert you for, just to keep you safe. That's really what the alert day status is going to be for today and tomorrow. Okay, so it's mainly for those reasons, but general rain is not a criteria for that. Even if it will be annoying and impactful as far as being outside, I think the awareness on this system is pretty high. So I don't think we need to go to that extra step on that. Okay, so here we go. Let's dive into the modeling. Again, this is the exclusive modeling from Climate Vision, the Horizon AI, Climate Vision based right here in Louisville. Always fascinating to see how these models evolve, but we appreciate them choosing Wave as a station to test their product on a television side of things. There is a subscription service you can look at online, but they've been able to, for the first time, get their data converted into our weather maps, so you can see what's going on. So here we go. This is the latest that's rolling in, and this is a kind of a ragged look here of about 2 in the afternoon of that same line that is passing by. It tries to develop maybe a few cells even ahead of that line, and I still think that's the reason why it's more of a East Central Kentucky issue here. With this line passing on by, only just because the timing is in our favor at 10 a.m. To keep it somewhat quiet as it passes by. But after that, yeah, there it goes. Then it starts to power back up, probably get some warnings into Eastern Kentucky. So if you're traveling there today, for sure, be ready for some a little more active weather. All right, here's that band that tries to drop in from Indiana tonight, about 7 p.m. And it depends on really how much heating we get after this round moves by, which the sun does come back out to our west here. So it may have enough. It may have enough to power up and try to organize for 1 or 2 borderline severe thunderstorm cells. I don't see anything wild here at all. I don't see any massive tornado potential or anything like that. I think it's just perhaps a few strong storms that have dropped in from the northwest. And this model actually fizzled them out. I don't know if you saw it there, but as they approached the Ohio River, let me kind of back that up a little. As they passed by right here, Here it is at about 9 p.m. and then by 11, they just fall apart. Of course, they just don't have a lot of the Cape is gone by that point, so there's not a lot to work with. So for southern Indiana, perhaps a few warnings for you. Someone commented on that at the very early of the blog here. Could southern Indiana see some storms today? That would be your better potential, would be from that band, and it's quite a whiles away, 12 hours away on that potential. Okay, so it passes on by. One thing I'm noticing is fog. We've got that, and we had that in Outlook yesterday. The signal continues to grow for widespread frog. If we got widespread frogs, I mean, why not? Locusts are next anyway. We know that. Okay, so a lot of fog in the morning, and this is reading it as rain, but this is really drizzle or mist that fog can produce. High-res models are so sensitive, and this one's a very sensitive model at 2 kilometers here to pick out all the detail. It's reading it as showers, but I think it may be more in the form of drizzle. That would be with the fog in the morning hours. It's kind of a spooky Oaks morning, potentially, if this develops. Sky's got to clear, and we've got to get some rain, and we're getting some of that. But that signal's growing, so we'll see. But kind of a spooky start to Oaks Day. But then the sun comes out. But as I mentioned, the sun comes out, and we get these thunderstorms that want to pop. Now, the placement's important, obviously. This particular run is a little further south than the previous. They were a little closer to Louisville and very, very far southern Indiana with these pop-ups that are developing in the lead of what will be like an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, a small area of low pressure with thunderstorms with it that rolls in out of West Kentucky. There will be an extension. We saw that across Indiana. When was that? 2 nights ago, that rolled in from Missouri, and it had a connecting line of storms that produced hail and its leading edge. This one's wanting to do the same thing. It's going to want to connect a line of showers and storms in advance of it when the sun's trying to come out. So there is a chance we could see that as we head into near race time. And let's hope that it stays just south of the track. But we'll be monitoring the lightning field on that and see how close it gets to Churchill Downs. But that will be the first issue we got to deal with. But obviously, we got to deal with the actual bowling ball itself, the main MCS that will be rolling in, or MCV really is what it'll be, as it rolls in out of West Kentucky. That arrives, you see it there at 6 p.m. This is slower. This is slower than what it had in previous runs. Previous runs were about 5 to 6 p.m. right on Louisville. This is now in West Kentucky at 6 p.m. But yes, it still has the connecting line over us, so it's not exactly a sweet spot either. There's still a risk here of getting lightning and thunder for the Oaks, but the main batch, which is a little more widespread and has more of a kick to it, is still back in West Kentucky. It arrives at 8:30. All right, that's fair. That would give you, if you're going to Churchill, enough time to enjoy the Oaks race and get safely to your vehicle and get home without the worry, all right? As long as this holds. The only issue I have to caution about this is these MCV features, little mini low pressures, they do tend to run a little faster than what the modeling even says. So it's been wavering a bit. So it was fast, it went slow. The new update is due in about an hour, and we'll see if it speeds it back up again. If that's the case, then that will cause more of an issue at race time. But let's hope it slows down. Either way, that is the main feature that we're worried about, and this is the main trigger for the alert day, is this feature rolling in at a bad time, obviously. So just be aware of that. Even after you get done with the race, check the wave weather app and see where that is on the radar. Is it real close, or is it still back in West Kentucky? Once it moves on by, it will calm us down briefly, but there is another round of showers and thunderstorms that will try to roll in, at least lightning and thunder, as we head into the overnight hours. Here is Derby Day. Derby Day. Oh, boy. We don't like that. This is where the low pressure actually settles into the Ohio Valley. And it's a blocking pattern, a very strong blocking pattern. Big high pressure in eastern Canada is just not wanting to let this low go anywhere. So because of that, we end up with what looks to be a wet Derby. Now, there is at least some saving grace as we get into the Run for the Roses, which is about 6:57 p.m., that it does lessen a bit. Okay, to drizzle, we'll take that. The track, keep in mind, the track is one of the best tracks in the world at Churchill in handling rainfall. So it takes a lot to get it to sloppy, but they have the best drainage system and protocol in place. It's fascinating to watch them do it. So it would take a very heavy rain to really do a lot of issues with the track. But if it does lessen here to a lighter drizzle near the Run for the Roses, that could change the track condition or improve it at the last minute there. So if you're watching your favorite horse based on it being a mudder or not, this could be a big factor. So it's going to be a lot of stressful betting out there, I'm sure, for you horse lovers. All right. But hey, it does come back around. We get back into more rain. Here we are into Sunday morning early. If you're going to be out late Saturday night, by the way, it's just going to be one of those rainy nights. Here's Sunday at 11:30, 53 degrees outside. Some of you may be in the 40s. I mean, at this point, it might as well snow, right? You might as well. But hold on. There's 3 in the afternoon on Sunday. Still 52 in Louisville with light rain. This thing's still here on Monday. I think Tuesday, it'll start to leave us alone, and we get a chance to get back into the 60s and into the 70s. All right. Let me get into the details on this, and then we'll get to some of your questions again. Here's the Oaks Day outlook again. Fog early on, and then we have to watch for the development of thunderstorms after the fog breaks up. If we get some sun to hit the area, thunderstorms will react to that in very random fashion, beginning to pop. We'll see how close to the track they'll be. Otherwise, that main feature, we'll try to spike that in the 6 to 9 p.m. window when that rolling bowling ball kind of comes in from West Kentucky. Somewhere in that 6 to 9 p.m. window, I think that's when it's going to roll in. Give us some wiggle room here to fine-tune that. Today, we're going to be working that hard. As far as the Derby outlook goes, it looks wet. I mean, temperatures at least may get into the 60s. We'll be optimistic, but there's a chance we may not get 65. But still, it will be in waves on intensity. We've gone through this before at Churchill, where you've got this drizzle at times, and then suddenly a batch of low clouds come in, a little bit lower than we've had for the day, and then the drizzle and the showers pick up a bit more. Then it's a little more of a soaking rain for a bit, and then you're back to a drizzle again for a while. It will be very off and on. But I can't stress enough, you're going to need your ponchos, guys. You're going to need them ready for you, and make sure to get them now. I'm telling you, they have them at Churchill, but they are not easy to always find, and people will be grabbing them up fast. But it usually makes a very interesting atmosphere for Churchill on a rainy Derby. It really does. The energy gets higher for some reason. People love it. Everyone gets excited. It's just like a unique experience. Yeah, you dressed up for sunshine. I get it, but you make the best of it, and people do that. So I always loved watching the crowds do that. I think it's fascinating. Okay, so here's the entire 10-day. Go with upper 70s to near 80 for the next couple of days. There's Derby at 67, and then that chilly weekend that'll be coming our way, and then we'll break out of that. And then look at the beautiful weather as we head into the following week. It's the way it always goes. Love it. All right, questions. Hey, Carrie, has the Horizon AI been consistent so far? The predictions been same throughout the week. Yes, overall. In fact, the Horizon model was one of the first that picked up on this low arriving and cutting off. The Euro and GFS took 24 hours, 36 hours to catch up. So that's been fascinating to watch because this is a high-res long-term model. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. But yeah, it's been fascinating to watch its detail on sniffing out big events like that. Let's see. Somebody's mowing the grass today? Is that what I see? You guys get into your own conversations, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Because this is really for you all. Those of you that are on the chat itself and Facebook and X or YouTube, you all talk to yourselves. You're all becoming like your own community and working together. And I appreciate that. I do, because I can't always catch everything. And a lot of your weather junkies, you get this, what I'm saying. Let's see. Let me get your comment, Barbara. Outside activities planned at school between 1 and 3 today. Should I move those inside? Well, the radar is here behind me. Let me show you. And there's that line that is approaching. Again, it's not severe. It's just now moving into Harrison County, Corden area. It'll be in the Knobs in about an hour. I would say between 1 and 3, it'll be east of Louisville by 1 to 3. So you should be okay, Barbara. Just be mindful of that line. I'm not sure which direction you're going, but if you're in the Louisville area, it should be east during that window, which is good. No snow for no snow. Come on, we can do it. Daniel, any tornado risk? I'm not seeing anything that looks like a tornado setup at all today right now. I think it's going to be all east. I think the shear is just high enough, and that's kind of why that it's we're in that 2%, but I don't see anything right now. Raining in Hubers. All right, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. So far, Sean, there's not much lightning yet, but they are growing in height, and as they get to about, I would say about 35,000 or so feet, we'll sort of get more lightning strikes with that. So Louisville, again, the I-65 corridor in Louisville will be this transition point to a stronger line. So we'll work it out as it heads off to the east there. Okay, everyone seems all right. Good. All right, tell you what, guys, we'll be, of course, doing our newscast today. We're going to be updating you on that and fine-tuning this as this all evolves. And I'm sure the guys will be on tonight, depending on schedules, because we have big days tomorrow. A lot of long hours for our crew and our teams here for the next couple of days. It's the most impact that this TV station goes through is Oaks and Derby on our staffing and time and just organization. It's overwhelming, and it's amazing to watch. So I hope you are planning to watch. And if you don't want to get out in the rain, I understand that. Then we've got a show for you guys to watch and enjoy. If you're heading out to the track and you want to experience all this, then by all means, be prepared. That's the whole goal of the alert days, just be prepared. And don't be too worried. I don't see anything like overly dangerous here, like a tornado outbreak coming our way or anything like that. I just think we just need to make sure you all are aware of these thunderstorms, know where to go when you get to Churchill, find a spot like, okay, if it starts raining, I'm going to go there and stand so that I can get a safe spot quickly. And of course, they have the big monitors to alert everyone if there's any delays due to lightning in the area or any severe weather in general. And we'll be at the track as well. So I hope you come by and say hello if you see us out there at Churchill. And I'm going to be doing the Survivors Parade this year. Dawn is out this year. We hope to get her back soon. But I will be doing the Survivors Parade on Oaks Day, and I'm quite nervous about it, but I will be out there, rain or shine. So, all right, enough rambling. See you guys coming up on midday at 11 a.m. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys coming up on the flip side.